The strikes in the UK are growing.
It's just going to get to the point now, isn't it, when everything is shut down because everybody has had enough.
Well, I think it feels like things don't work anymore.
On February the 1st, up to 500,000 teachers, civil servants and train drivers walked out over pay.
Soon you're at your depth, you're going to have to come and talk to us, and you're going to have to come up with the goods.
It was the largest coordinated strike action for over a decade.
I mean, if we were being listened to, I wouldn't be on strike today. I'd be in my classroom right now teaching my year 11s that have got their GCSEs coming up.
Teacher, turnout! It's why we want this turnout!
This time, it's the teachers leading the walkout in what is becoming a battle for dignity and better wages.
It's not an easy decision to make because obviously students are at the forefront of our mind when we're striking. This is for our future. This is the future of children as well. But at the same time, what future is that? Is that a future where, they're underfunded, they can't pay their own rent, they can't, afford food, they can't afford their bills? Then what kind of future is that? There's lots of students that I think want to get into teaching and then are put off because actually they can physically see the struggles. There's lots of teachers going to food banks.
No wage losses!
Overfill the buses!
Well, teachers have, for me, at least gone above and beyond what they're supposed to do and have gone beyond what their pay demands them to do and what their job descriptions demand them to do. So that includes like extracurricular clubs and just supporting me and just making sure that emotional needs are met and that kind of thing, because underfunding is a big thing in therapy and other things as well. So teachers really have to do it all.
Well, for a start, we were just shouting a minute ago about, let's have a laminator, please. I mean, the funding for just basic things. We find as teachers we're always buying things because there just isn't anything there. Basic things that people should just have, stationery and all the rest. But I mean, a lot of our students need specific equipment, need particular resources because they learn differently, and there just isn't enough funding to be able to afford all of that.
We are now at the point where we're turning off lights and our TV screens and things. Whether we have issues with our heating, we're not trying to only have heating on during the school days.
Things that students need, they're not having it. The facilities have been reduced down massively.
In a school that I was at before, it got shut down because of a lack of funding. I've been in lessons sometimes, there's been not enough glue sticks, not enough scissors, it's slowed down lessons.
I've seen too many teachers come into the profession and leave too soon because of funding cuts. They're underfunded, they're overworked, and we're not keeping good people. It's not going to have the best outcome for the pupils, and we're here for them.
I'm Leon Brown and I go to Heartlands High School, and I'm here today so that teachers get more pay and teachers get fair pay.
So at the moment, even within departments, specifically for mine social sciences, there's not a lot of teachers, they're all leaving. So anyone who's left in it is taking on double the amount of work. So ours, technically, it's all day, every day. I work at home as well, not just at school, to get everything done on time. And then at the end of it, when you look at your pay, it's not matching up.
We have such a high turnover of staff where in the place that I've worked for 5 years, we've had an entire new staff team because people are seeing that there's jobs out there that pay more, that require less working hours, and they're seeing those opportunities and going for them. And we've lost too many good people to it.
The striking teachers in the UK are the latest workforce to hit the streets. Their picket lines are supported by other unions as new battle lines are drawn.
This is one of the biggest rounds of coordinated strike action since the pensions dispute in 2011.
It's incredible, to be honest with you. I think it's amazing how many people are united at the moment. But actually, what's sad is that there's so many people out on the streets striking a day in, day out. It's telling us that actually it's not just the education sector that's not being heard, but the transport sector, even the government's own civil service want to go on strike.
Yeah, so I'm a member of the Public and Commercial Services Union. We're a union that represents just shy of 200,000 civil servants and workers that are involved in government contracts. Now the firefighters are in the frame. We hope that more unions will be joining us soon. Now is the time for escalation.
Yeah, unusually as a rail worker, we don't tend to get a lot of public support, but this time round there has been real widespread support for rail workers, for the teachers, for the nurses, because everyone's in it together.
Since 2010, the devastating effects of austerity on our education system has seen schools be stripped back to the bone.
We went to another school before we came on today. We're supporting each other because you can feel quite isolated in your own place, and it's really important to join up, schools joining up with other schools and unions joining up with other unions.
But it is the union solidarity which is scaring the government, whose response is a set of threatening and draconian laws.
I mean, yeah, so the government trying to bring in anti-strike laws is just shocking, and I think, again, it goes against every single thing that they should be doing as a democracy. And when you look from the outside, look at the country and think about that, what they stand for, how does that make any sense whatsoever?
In an atmosphere of uncertainty, and with inflation set to rise, many strikers are defiant and willing to go further until their demands are met.
I think it's about perseverance. I think that the strikes are going to need to continue. We've got 3 strikes planned again for next month. That's going to cause a lot of disruption. If it doesn't change by then, we're going to have to continue striking. It's going to come to an ultimatum where they have to make a decision, and it's about who's backing down first. And from the spirit of the teaching staff, I don't think they're going to be the first ones to do it.
Thank you so much for watching The Real News Network, where we lift up the voices, stories, and struggles that you care about most. And we need your help to keep doing this work, so please tap your screen now, subscribe, and donate to The Real News Network. Solidarity forever.